Heard it all before, all the reasons why we can't seem to find what lies beyond divide. I've known love before, of this I know I'm sure. Still I find myself consumed by fears of what may be in store. So why can't this love I know comes from within be given without all these means to an end? You say that it's hard, I say try to.
Just this whole concept of recording an album is really weird to me, even though I've been writing songs for the last 10 years. But it's just the whole concept of recording an album is really just fascinating to me, because I work with so many other artists. I had the pleasure of working with Raheem Devon, a DC local, one of the most talented artists I think I've ever met. This dude works at like on 100 all the time, and just a good guy. So yeah, worked with him, and I was on 702's last album. That was one of my earlier projects when I was kind of a fledgling producer. One of the great experiences working down in Atlanta with 702, and then I worked up at Rockefeller, and we've been to Bad Boy, and we've been kind of like a lot of the major recording studios, Algebra Blessed off of Universal, Motown. So I reference songs for Usher. I've referenced songs for a lot of different male vocalists, and they always like, well, you know, that's hot. You doing a joint, or you doing an album? You know, but there are a lot of great singers out there. So I want to just, you know, I want to transcend into the whole level of artistry, and I've seen how that works. You know, working in the industry as long as I have, I've seen that level of artistry. You know, I've met some of some of the big artists, and I've seen how they work, and I'm like, whoa, you know. But I'm really ready to dive into the whole concept of creating an album from start to finish and saying exactly what I want to say. I don't want the people to listen to my music and say, "Hey, he's a good singer, the songs are okay," or "The songs are okay, he's not a great singer," or, you know, "The songs are cool, the singing is good, but he's not that great of an instrumentalist." So, you know, I kind of want to make sure I encompass all three of those dimensions, because I play, I sing, and I write and produce. So, or four of those dimensions. I want to kind of bring that all together and everybody be completely satisfied with that. So, that's the goal right now. Caught in a moment, but we're not lost, just where we belong. When I was growing up, like, you know, we listened to more music than we did television. We didn't even watch television that much, you know. So if there was something going on in the house, like cleaning the house or just chilling, like, you know, family room, whatever, there was always a record playing, whether it was Coltrane or Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, my father had a very diverse music collection, and it was just, it was amazing. Like, we listened to everything, literally everything, from funk to jazz to classical to R&B. And so my earliest memory would be late night, I'd be asleep, but you know, through the house, through the vents, you could hear him on the piano in the basement, and he would be going from Chopin to Dave Brubeck, and he'd be playing it, and you know, I just remember hearing that, and his love for music and my whole family's love for music is probably what allowed me to grow and just say, you know what, this is what I want to do. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to do anything else, I guess, is really what it is. I find my inspiration from, more so from feeling, like how I feel, what I'm feeling, exactly what I'm going through, right at that moment. It really builds off of a thought. It was crazy, I did this track after I watched the Fade to Black DVD, Timbaland, and I'm a huge Timbaland fan, and the segment of Jay-Z and Timbaland on the Fade to Black DVD, like, I watched that segment like for 1 week straight every day. Like, I would get up and it'd be the first thing I watched in the morning. Like, I'd go right to that part of the DVD and just watch that segment over and over and over. Then, you know, a conversation, you know, with somebody that may be dealing with some life issues, you know, on the other side, from a lyrical standpoint. Those things inspire me. I want people to look at and listen to my music and say, you know what, he tried his best to carry the torch of what would be universally considered good music. I believe there's a place for all music, but I definitely believe that throughout history, when you start looking at top 40 Motown, I mean, this music was the 60s, and beginning of the 60s, late 50s and 60s, and into the 70s, and you look at that music and it's still relevant today. I think when people look at my music, by and large, I want them to look at it and say, you know what, his body of work was quality, it was good, it was felt, I mean, it was real, it was authentic. I mean, yes, I want to make a living at this, and this is all all I've ever wanted to do, but at the end of the day, I want people to say, yeah, it was genuine though. He did good music. When these artists poured their hearts out on these records, and they spoke of their time. And I think in music today, there are a lot of artists, not necessarily mainstream artists, that are able to do that. And I think that I want to be a part of the movement that kind of reverses that. Like mainstream artists, marketable artists that can touch the masses, not too serious, but not too poppy and trendy. I want it to be authentic. Short answer. This way, take two. Here we go. Be comfortable. Here we go.
I've heard it all before, all the reasons why we can't seem to find what lies beyond divide. And I've known love before. One more time. Yeah, Liam, mess it up.
Alright, one more time. Here we go. Promise you this is the last take. You're going to be able to keep this one. This is a keeper right here, I promise you.